3. In your opinion, leaving Leatherface out of it, because I feel like they honestly did an alright job of him. What's one of the biggest horror icon remake disappointments? Oh, a Rambo like Jason. I actually like that. I like that Derek Mears said in an interview, you know, kind of like Rambo First Blood. I'm a Rambo fan, for fuck's sake, you know. So I like Friday the 13th remake. I like alright. I don't love it, but I like it alright. Midget Freddy with a big love who sounds like Nixon. I would say him, but then people would go, well, you haven't seen the movie, so. I would say him, but I haven't seen the movie, so. I'm not seeing it until I see it for free. Oh, you said you'd never see it. Well, if I don't, then people are like, oh, you can't fucking judge it. So I go with bearded Michael Myers with a hoodie, because there was this version where he talked. Once again, Rob Zombie is an idiot. And then he has this long statement, which I'll try to get through. Not because he did long, just, you know, I don't like to read. This really isn't a question, but I just think knowing good can come from Michael Bay's Ninja Turtle movie. Bay's alright for explosions, shit, but he sucks for story. He will either attempt to change the story or fuck the story altogether. April will be played by a supermodel actress, and you just know that Biddy the Bay will throw in black people, gay people in there for comedic effect. As you can tell, I have kind of a low opinion of Michael Bay. I like Con Air, but okay, if Michael Bay had nothing to do with Con Air. A lot of people mention Con Air, but Michael Bay had nothing to do with that. And I love Con Air. But I know that's sort of an easy thing. Oh, you know, that was a Bruckheimer production. But yeah, Michael Bay didn't do Con Air. The Rock, which I love. Armageddon, which I didn't like. Pearl Harbor, I didn't like. But you say, but there are films of Pearl Harbor, which is kind of guilty pleasure because I do see what the problem is, but I like some of the action. I know that wasn't a question, but I'm fine with Michael Bay because I want it to be more adult. I want it to be more for teenagers. April's a supermodel. I really would not have a problem. The story sucks, but, well, I mean, think about it. Ninja Turtle, you don't need much of a story. You just need badass action. I mean, think about it. You think the story for that was good? The CGI movie? That story sucked ass. Whatever Michael Bay's producing, who gives a fuck about producing? I'm not mad at the Waymas. I'm just thinking, you know, who cares about producing? Gale Ann Hurd, producer of Terminator and Aliens, produced fucking Virus. That was a shitty movie. Had good effects, but it's a shitty movie. To me, I mean, the problem with, like, I know people hate Michael Bay for producing the horror film remakes, but that's because they're horror film remakes. If Steven Spielberg produced it, well, he produced Transformers, and no one liked Transformers. Not a lot of people like Transformers. But I'm just saying, I love Transformers movies. So I enjoy Michael Bay. I want shit to get blown up good in a fucking Ninja Turtle movie. I don't want it to be a kid's movie. I want it to be like Bad Boys. And that would be great. That humor, a Raphael, fuck you. All I know is that whatever story it is, it can't be shittier than that CGI one. There's no way. Well, you don't eat your words? No, because at least it's going to be PG-13. At least it's going to be fucking, you know. That's just my thoughts on it. What are your thoughts on remakes fucking with strong female characters like Laurie Strode and Nancy Thompson? Nancy is not the survivor she was in Elm Street 84. Freddy's death in that one was one of the weakest I've seen in an Elm Street movie. It's basically the same as Freddy vs. Jason, except Nancy just slices his neck and his head goes back and just falls off. He's talking about the remake. Laurie was terrible in Halloween because she was so unlikable and because she has no chance against Michael Myers, who's now this big motherfucker. She has no chance unless he slips up and does something stupid. I'd have to say, out of those two movies, Halloween was the bigger disappointment because I saw this interview Rob Zombie did with Jimmy Kimmel. He said something like, when you start seeing kids with Michael Myers masks, it's time for a change. You don't want that. You want them to be menacing. He said something like that, and I had some hope. Well, what are your thoughts on? Well, again, I haven't seen the Northern Street remake, but I've seen the trailers. I've seen clips, and I've seen reviews. And out of everything I've heard and everything I've seen, one of the worst things about that is that girl's performance. You can ask other people, You can ask Mike OCP. You can ask Michael Keane. They said that this girl can't act for shit. That she's like, oh, Freddy's coming, huh? Like she's fucking, she took no dose throughout the whole movie for motivation or something. Laurie Strode, I hate it. I know some people love Scout Taylor straight out of Compton. That's fine. I'm not gonna be mad. But I hate that fucking actress. She's hot. But she can't act. And I know people are like, well, I've seen people talk like that. You know, how the girls talk in Halloween Remake. I haven't seen that. Maybe it's because where I live. But even if that's true, it's not a good thing, you know. There are people who fuck pigs. I don't want to see that on film just because it's happened. So, these girls talk like bitches and hoes. I don't need to see that. I know some people like it, that's fine, but I just did not like their dialogue. I did not like her performance. She was not strong. She was not likable. She was annoying. She was a wimp. She was, I broke a nail. It's like, totally unlikable, eh? Like, what's all about? Like, she's totally unlikable. She's like totally annoying. I don't like her. So my thoughts are she sucked. Plain so. Question 5 he had. Have you ever saw a badass movie trailer to a movie that ended up pissing you off? A great trailer. Punisher Warzone was one. Although I must admit, I saw that again the other day, and I liked it a little bit more. Like, it's okay. Mainly because I found it for cheap for like, it's like $2.25. So $2.25, And I mean, it's decent. It's just that, the trailer, they gave everything away. And I'm talking about the Red Band trailer, with that great fucking song. And I saw it, I got pissed off. I'm like, fuck, What's up with the neon lights that look like something out of Batman Forever? How come the guy gets blown up and it's like, you see a little bit of body part, but it's mostly a puff of fucking smoke? Why is Ray Stevenson such a bore to look at? Thomas Jane had emotion, and Dolph Lundgren, I could believe, could kick ass. Ray Stevenson didn't. I didn't buy him in the fighting, and I just don't like Ray Stevenson. I don't even know how else to explain it. I just don't like the guy. And Jigsaw was a fucking clown. He wasn't menacing. I mean, I'm alright with the guy who played Jigsaw, like when I saw it again, but I'm like, this guy isn't menacing. I thought Jigsaw was like a crazy Brian Thompson from Cobra motherfucker. But I don't know, I mean, let me think about that a little bit, A badass movie trailer to a movie that ended up pissing me off. So a trailer that's badass. Watching the movie sucked hard. That's a good question, God, it's weird because if a movie pissed you off, then you forget about it. God, that's tough. That's a tough. Alien Resurrection. Alien Resurrection. I saw the trailer for it back then when it came out, 97, and a little bit 96. I'm looking forward to it, and I thought the trailer was like, wow, this is badass, lots of action. And I saw that movie and I went, what the fuck? Like, Ripley doesn't pick up a gun. And I didn't know that Sigourney Weaver was anti-gun type of girl. She picked up one flamethrower and that was just to burn her fucked up clones. You have this annoying guy in a wheelchair. Winona Ryder, she can't act for shit in the movie. You have this albino looking half-breed alien that looks fucking ridiculous. So yeah, that was a movie that pissed me off too. So I guess that's a couple of answers. I'm sure there's more, I just can't think of it off the top of my head. 6. Do you think you'd ever do a walkthrough of the NES version of Ninja Turtles? I remember on your last channel you had a video defending it. By the way, I happen to like the game. Probably not, because it's easier to play PlayStation 2 games. For some reason, playing Nintendo games is very hard. I don't know, it's very hard to capture the video. Like, literally, I don't know why. For some reason, I try it and then the video, like, freezes up at times. So, probably not. For those who don't remember, in the last channel, I had a video, like, I showed it for 10 minutes. Because I know I needed a video game nerd, hated the game live. But I'm the type of guy, like, I kind of like the game. I found a lot of good stuff with it.